A former YouTube employee just dropped 7 huge algorithm secrets for 2025. There's warnings about AI, things that small YouTubers need to avoid, and she even reveals the best type of content to make for your business right now. Anastasia Dubovska worked at YouTube for 6 years as an internal consultant, meaning she worked directly with creators and brands to help grow their content on the platform. In other words, she knows what she's talking about. And over on her LinkedIn page, she recently shared 7 trends for winning on YouTube in 2025. I've left a link to the original post in the description below, which you should definitely check out. But the first point is a huge bombshell. It turns out that YouTube doesn't see AI as a good thing for content. Anastasia says that even though there's been a 30% increase in creators using AI tools for their videos, it cannot be taken at face value. Whilst there are definitely some really useful AI tools to help you research scripts, optimize your videos, or even help you design thumbnails, it's also leading to much less originality on the platform, and the algorithm is already taking notice. In fact, she goes on to say that creators relying on an AI-first strategy on YouTube in 2025 will end up losing. And to be honest, if you ask me, that's a really good thing. This is something that I've been talking about on this channel for quite a while now, that AI tools can be a really great support for your videos and they can be a great way to get you started, but relying on AI to do all of the heavy lifting is definitely a mistake. You will only stand out on YouTube by adding your own unique perspective and your own personality, because that's what makes you, you. For example, if you generate a video script in ChatGPT, you shouldn't just be using exactly what comes out of the AI. As a bare minimum, you should be making manual revisions, adding your own perspective, your own jokes, your own facts. You need to adapt every script to your own voice, and creators with strong strategies and a deep understanding of their audience will be the big winners in 2025. We've already made an entire video about how you can create your own strategy from scratch in this video right here. If you're getting started, I'd really recommend checking that out. But that's not all Anastasia has to say about AI. Not only are AI-driven scripts and ideas not going to work, but you also need to watch out for some other AI features. AI has made materials like stock footage much easier to access, and whilst the YouTube algorithm doesn't really have a problem with anyone using stock footage, your audience actually does. Studies are already showing that certain B-roll clips are causing massive dips in the audience retention of videos, and that's because they're being overused. You have to imagine that your audience watches a lot of YouTube videos every single week, so if they're seeing the same footage being used over and over again, they might stop watching because they're getting bored. And we already know for sure that YouTube pays very close attention to those audience retention metrics. YouTube really values videos that keep people watching all the way through, so if there's certain clips that are turning people off, you need to avoid them. In 2025, it's much better to focus on capturing as much of your own footage as possible, or finding lesser used, lesser known footage to use in your videos. Now, small channels take notice, because this next point directly affects you. If you scroll YouTube for long enough, you'll very quickly start to see thumbnails and titles from advice niches making very direct claims. In our niche about social media growth, you'll see thumbnails telling you not to do this, not to do that, and how to avoid things to stop killing your channel. Now, this is a strategy that's supposed to challenge a widely held belief that you might have about a certain subject. It's supposed to build curiosity and, in theory, make you click on the video. And when you're a smaller creator, it is very tempting to use this exact method to try and drive attention and clicks to your videos. I see a lot of small channels on my homepage offering this direct, very blunt advice, but as Anastasia warns, this might not be a great strategy. The fact is, there is so much advice available online about every single topic that you can imagine. So why would somebody listen to direct advice from someone with 100 subscribers when there's channels with thousands of subscribers offering the exact same advice? So before you provide any kind of direct and blunt advice, you need to gain some social proof first. On our channels at Veed, we feel like we have a lot of advice that we can offer because we've grown 2 channels to over 100,000 subscribers, and we've made multiple YouTube shorts go viral. So we can give direct personal advice that has actually worked for us. And we've got the numbers to back it up. Before you start creating this expert style content, you need to prove to people that you are actually an expert. So if your follower count is low, you should probably avoid making any outlandish statements in your packaging and provide as much social proof as you can within the video. Tell your viewers about your background, tell them what you've achieved, and tell them why they should trust you. But with that in mind, what is the best type of content that you can make for your business in 2025? Well, Anastasia reveals that there is one type of video that is blowing up across the platform right now. And this is going to be a huge opportunity for B2B channels and anybody looking to support a business with video. It turns out that video podcasts are the next big thing on YouTube. In fact, video podcasts on YouTube are already outperforming audio versions on Spotify. Anastasia talks about a client of hers who got 15 times more views on YouTube for a video podcast than on Spotify for the same audio equivalent. She says that interviews with potential stakeholders are becoming the most efficient personal branding strategy for CEOs and entrepreneurs. All of her clients saw significant business results, especially in the advisory, legal, and HR niches. And the great news is that this long-form interview-style content is not only easy to make with simple editing, but it's also the best type of content to repurpose into shorts. Podcast clips are massive on YouTube Shorts, and posting them can really help to boost your channel. One AI tool that actually will help your channel growth in 2025 is an AI podcast clipper like Veed Clips. You can just upload your entire podcast into the AI and it will automatically find the most interesting parts of your video and turn them into shareable shorts instantly. It even adds subtitles to the videos as standard. So this is not only an AI tool that saves you time, but it also boosts your reach. Posting more videos is going to get you more views. In point 7, she continues this thought about video podcasts, and it's more great news for small businesses. Research shows that 70% of consumers prefer learning about businesses through organic content rather than ads. More and more startups are relying on platforms like YouTube to help boost their reach and drive leads to their business. We have an entire social team here at Veed working across all of the major platforms, which helps to drive massive revenue towards the business. Anastasia rightly points out that paid marketing is getting too expensive for most startups, so generating in-house content is becoming increasingly common and more productive. And if you want to learn exactly how to start a successful YouTube channel right now, from the channel setup to uploading your first video to getting your first 1,000 subscribers, check out this video next.
Right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And this should be already fine. 2014, 2017. Yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm. And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.